Well, I was the first one, so there's not a history trail to look at to say, so-and-so did it this way and so-and-so did it that way. That was one of the conditions I felt was very important in accepting the job. I thought that the commission needed to be run on a full-time basis in order to gain more respect from the community, more respect from the real estate community. I'll call them the opposition because often they were. And within city government, this Landmarks Commission was always a kind of stepchild. I didn't know a lot about it, but I knew that much about it. And I thought by having it become a full-time position, maybe some of that could be turned around. And I believe it did turn around. As you can imagine, the preservation community felt very threatened, and the loss of, potential loss, actually, of religious buildings from being protected by the landmarks law was of deep concern. Through the help of the Municipal Arts Society and some of the other preservation groups like Landmark Conservancy, there was a visitation, I'll call it, planned up in Albany to show support for keeping religious properties within the designation purview of the commission. And the Municipal Arts Society, through Fred Pappert, I believe, did a wonderful thing in getting a lot of attention brought to this visitation by inviting Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis to come along. And I had the distinct pleasure of spending a ride up to Albany sitting alongside of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. First, small talk, I must admit, but then substantive talk about how we would conduct ourselves at the press conference, which was going to be held in Albany, and why the Flynn Walsh bill was so dangerous, and making sure that Mrs. Onassis was able to meet a lot of the legislators to make it very clear that their voting for this would not be one of her favorite things to happen. And we went through that day basking in the glory of Camelot in a way. And sure enough, the Flynn Walsh bill was rejected, withdrawn, and put away. So I count that as a big success for the New York-based preservation community. The Commission has to continue trying to find ways to broaden its outreach in general. It needs to, whenever possible, get more diversity among its membership. It needs to get younger people involved. And I think that it has tried and must continue to try to get the Board of Education, or the Education Department, I guess it's called now, to help get the young students of the city to become more knowledgeable about the landmark process. Because after all, most of what we're doing for the future. We are safeguarding our history and our architectural treasures for the future. What better way to do that than to make sure the future is more aware of what's going on and begin to play a role as early as possible?